Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Road to the Jade Dragon, featuring Miao Ying. So, last time we left off, Miao Ying had just taken Taizu, and the time had come to turn on Shang Yang. That all being said, we do have some concerns pressing about the Crooktail Skaven, or I believe it was the Crooktail Skaven. Give me just a moment. Let me see. Yes, Clan Crooktail. I don't know where they are. And that kind of terrifies me because we are at war. It could be that this is them up here, but I really do not know. To the east, it looks like the Blessed Dread are taking hold of the Imperial Road. Let's actually get back over here. No, they're just right up on the border. And then we have a village up in the Red Fortress. And more concerning is what's happening over here, right? In Ihan. We have no idea. Further to the south, the Baleful Hills have been razed or are possibly under the control of Clan Crooktail. All of these are big concerns, and we need to try to bring our brother under heel while we're at it. So,
The Iron Dragon's assistance
doesn't look like anything's going to happen for us on that front just yet. Now, one thing that we will not do, unless absolutely no choice is given, is fight our siblings. That's just not something that Miao Ying is going to do, even if she has ambitions to unite the Empire.
Be on guard.
I'm not sure where the final holdouts for this rebel faction are, but hopefully we will be able to find them soon.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga. I will not tolerate sloth.
All right, and finally, let's look at our Jade Warrior Archers for more support. If my hunch is correct, and this is where Crooktail is hiding out, then we are safe in the north at least. Well, as safe as the north can be. So, King Ji Kwang is going to move back to Pomei so that he is in a strong position to reinforce any of the gates. And can we move this turn, or was this the turn that we took it? It is the turn that we took it. So, let's go ahead and upgrade Nanya Bunyo. Let's get that reload time reduction. That would have really helped against those cavalry.
An upper hand, indeed.
And Hang Zhang is still doing well, so let's get him channeling the Wind of Yang.
Our supremacy is assured.
All that being said, it is time to end the current turn. So, as we do during our end turns, let's talk about what's going on in the Total War community. For those of you who do not know, I'm actually a Total War Facebook moderator. Not for their official channel, but the Total War Warhammer Facebook group. I am one of the mods in that group. And I gotta say, the temperature in the community is, well, it's a little hot. People are still not happy. They did talk to us today about the price and why they increased it. Do I think it was a good reason? No. Would any reason have been good? No. If we're being honest, there is no right there is no right answer for it. They could have told us, well, these are all the reasons why. They could have given us all 12 and us been their 13th, but it's just not. It would have been silly for them to do that because the reaction probably would have been the same. If we're being honest,
Pray that it remains that way.
Getting trade agreements from across the world. Who needs you on bow when I can do all this myself, right? I don't want a non-aggression pact, but yeah, we'll do a trade agreement. And it looks like we're coming to back around to our turn, so we will continue this conversation on the next in turn. Ooh, agree to the deal or keep to the established route. Let's see. Your guides know of a route less traveled that is safer and quicker, but such precious information will not be cheap to obtain. A small share of the caravan's profits will no doubt ease their tongues. Well, we have plenty of money, so I'm gonna say yeah. Let's agree to the deal. Broken chains, no thanks. Crack a drac. As cool as they are, they can go to the other doors. Grand Barony of Hochland. He's cool, but he needs to stay in the Empire. And the Bubonic Court? Absolutely not. Okay.
I do what is necessary.
And let's see, what can we build in Taizu in place of those stable? Seeing as how this is the Iron Dragon's land, it is going to lean a little bit more in favor of Mommy Dearest, so let's go with the Spice Market. And I'm going to increase the strength of the Shrine of the Alchemist. That way we have a strong northern border with the Mountains of Morn, or western border with the Mountains of Morn. As strong as it can be, let's say that. Looking back north,
Harmony.
doesn't look like there's much that we can do,
Descended from celestial glory, child of the
but we
night,
are going to start moving.
Windshaper.
Yingzi Guo. And it looks like almost everybody's ready to go.
When Miao Ying asks, you answer.
No harmony in this wasteland.
And it appears that even staying on the road is just going to be attrition for us. And that's a little confusing to me. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Total War, but I was always under the impression that if you stay on the roads, you should be fine. So what we will have to do is move out in a fortified stance so that we don't continuously take attrition.
Footsteps in harmony.
It's going to slow us down, but it gives us a little bit more time to heal up. So
Heat cannot quell
we'll
my
take it.
thunder. This is Akshai's domain.
The nation calls. Raise Sigma.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga.
The yin and the yang.
All right, and once again, it looks like it is time to hit that in turn button. And hopefully we get to a point where we can start pushing through this campaign just a little bit faster. We've been fighting a lot of battles, so can't say that's a bad thing, though. You know that ain't enough, Katerin. But because we like you, I am going to take that. Let's see if we can. No. So let's balance this back out. 1293.
I am compelled.
And these trade deals, playing an order campaign, are a lot more profitable than they were in the in our chaos campaign. Now, some of you might be thinking, you know, maybe the one of the mods I've got that makes trading easier is kind of cheaty, but honestly, did it ever really make sense that the world would not want to trade? Like, there's a few isolated nations that don't like to trade, but other than that, why wouldn't we be trading amongst ourselves? It's not like everybody's signing non-aggression pacts everywhere, or everybody's, you know, making defensive alliances. We're not in a globalist society, but, you know, the world does trade. Trade does happen. So, anyway, back to our prior discussion. What CA said really, and I made a video about this earlier. I get it. It's unfortunate. I don't want it to be the case, but I don't think it's going to change. So it's one of those things. You guys know I was obviously always going to purchase it, so I'm not ever going to tell anybody else how to use their money. But as I said in the other video, this is an expensive hobby to have. I'm sitting next to my, you know, $1,500 to $2,000 computer that I've upgraded several times. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is all very expensive to do. So, it's better than the tabletop. That's all I can say. Again, I would never tell anybody how to spend their money. These are hard enough times as it is. So, ripping things. The cage breakers, no thanks. Man, it's all bad factions getting destroyed right now. That does not help me out at all.
Master of Feng Shui. Many feet, one purpose. To serve me is a privilege.
And it looks like we can still keep on recruiting, and we've gotten a little bit extra income. So let's do that. We'll take 2 more Jade Warriors. Actually, let's get some Jade Warriors with spears. They're a little bit cheaper, and it'll help with our diversity a little bit. And by diversity, I mean diversity of arms.
The Great Bastion.
And they have to realize that we are moving against them at this point, but they don't seem to mind, or they're too busy up in the Veil of Titan. Either way works just fine for me. And it does look like the Dwarves of Karak Azorn are moving up north, or did they always have that? I'm not sure. But let's once again take a look at our settlements, see if there's any upgrades that we can make. Wang Chang is ready. So, ooh, we definitely got to get that. The Temple of the Jade-Blooded Sorcerers. I love it. Let's get an iron mining pit going. And is there anything else that we can do? Nangao is going to be ready next turn. And let's jump back into it. So yeah, I'd really like to know what you guys all think. And more importantly to me than the price, which I know is important, but more importantly to me is what are we thinking about the new lore that's come out? I don't know how many of you guys watch Lore Master of Sotek, but I'm a pretty big fan of his, and he was talking about the lore implications of the Jade Dragon moving against the Lizardmen, and how it makes a lot of sense. Kind of something that I had mentioned in passing as I was still simmering from Yin Yin not being not being the one who's going against the Lizardmen. But Yin Yin failed, right? Now, we don't know exactly how long ago this was, but Yin Yin failed the Dragon Emperor. If he is in fact the one that sent her, or if she decided to do it on her own, that's an even greater failure, right? What does this yellow mean? Oh, we're a minor threat? Excuse me? Well, they're safe. It's a little late to be proposing a trade agreement. You can actually, well, I'm not going to tell him what I really think he can do, but you can go on somewhere else. We will not. But we will accept your vassalage once we push you into the mountains of Morn, if that's what you would like. Or you can go back to Italy. Not Italy, to Leia. I've been playing a little bit too much Rome. Okay, Clan Vulcan, absolutely not. Clan Fester, absolutely not.
Storm Dragon. I think only of the Great Bastion.
Now, 16 minutes into this already, and we have not fought a battle, so this might be a one battle episode, so I do apologize about that, you all. It just is what it is. They have no friends, just a bunch of trade partners. You would think at least our brother would be their friend, but he's not. He's just a trusting fool.
Wrath of the
And like I said last time, we are not going to just walk in, or we're not going to be using ladders and all that nonsense. We're going to keep this as realistic as can possibly be expected, excuse me, in a fantasy world, right?
Might of the Storm. Yes.
But we do have to be careful because in the desert we are losing troops just as they are undoubtedly losing troops, right?
It suits my purposes.
In fact, it might be better to allow our daughter, or descendant, not sure, to attack the city instead, building the siege equipment so that we can come in and handle it from there. So,
Suffer the tempest.
let's break the siege for now. We'll go back into our fortified stance.
Lord of Yin and Yang.
And we cannot reach it with her. So I have messed up and gotten us into a bit of a situation, but that's okay.
I decree.
It was a failure on her part, not a miscalculation on Miao Ying's part.
Might of the Storm.
Celestial ancestors.
If Ying Jiguo cared just a little bit more, she would have made it all the way to the city and set up a siege. And that is what we're going to go with.
Lord Magistrate.
Looking out at the terracotta graveyard, we can do better with our troops, so we're going to. And then let's see. That's helpful. But let's get let's make sure that we have high casualty replenishment rate. We will go with the conscription field.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
And Hang Zhang is ready for another dose of recognition, so now is this a area of effect, or it is? Interesting. I like that. Come on. You're not gonna let me look at it, are you? There we go. Shield of the Dragons. And then Dragon Scale Armor. And that's just for him. Seeing as how we're out on the road, he's trying to keep the troops in line. We're going to go with Officer of the Jade Army. That's going to give us 10% weapon strength for all the units in the army, as well as delivering +5 attack for all Jade Army units. So,
A worthy addition to my arsenal.
and Nangao is ready for another upgrade, so we can't do that, although I definitely want to get the 9th wall going. It would be helpful to get an alchemist here. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so that is what we'll do. This is going to be where our sky lanterns come from. Pomei will be where our terracotta sentinels come from, and then when we do eventually bring Wei Jin into our control, it will be the final it'll be where the celestial army or armory is located. Hopefully everything is going well for them. They don't seem to be terribly weakened.
The dragon-blooded.
The Imperial Wardens
Be
certainly
assured
are, but
that you are on the
Lord, the preservation of order must be a joint effort. Harmony is attained.
now we can finally see what they've got going on.
Win Cathay wishes no ill.
Fire!
The Iron Dragon's assistance will only be granted for good reason.
let's get back to Nangal. We need to start focusing on getting some artillery. Get the kilns up, and we're ready to go into the next turn. Ooh, and we have an outpost available. That's good. We will construct it and wage in.
Allow me to give.
And now we're officially ready. So let's get to that next turn. So diving back into our lore conversation, I don't like that they're giving Yuan Bo the.
Surely you understand this.
No thanks. They're giving Yuan Bo the start position in Lustria. I don't think he really needs it. But it does help him with his quest to secure the sources of power, which we know are the geomantic web, right? And it'll definitely be interesting watching the Cathayans fight the Lizardmen, because that's a heck of a matchup and not one that I was really expecting, right? I would have expected him to go to the Southlands or to the north, right? Like going up into Norska to discover something, or maybe look for his lost sister, which I wish that they would follow up on. You guys gave us that campaign, like let's get some follow-up on that. I want to know what happened to her. Drunk Bat. Uh-oh. It is time. We're not going to give up any of our cargo. We're going to fight you.
We face only fools! Selfish, cowardly fools! Cathay's resolve shall overcome!
Hey, that sounds good to me, and we are ready to fight these ogres. There's only one actual unit of ogres as far as I can see. Looking amazing though. I will say that much. I really love this one.
Supper time!
Look at this Daddy Chungus. And so it begins. What we've done is we've hidden our cavalry back in the back so that they don't even consider attacking them. And now it is time to reveal ourselves. Oh, and not a good day to be a Cathan on the road. But we have some summoned ancestors here to save the day, and we're gonna need them against that butcher.
Sorcery incoming!
And not an amazing battle on our end, but it does look like we have won. And most of the forces are together, so I will see you back on the campaign map. Not a very profitable battle, but that's okay. We're going to take all the replenishments that we can get. And our harmony is back in balance, which is great. All right.
You face a dragon of Cathay.
Dragon-blooded Shuganga. I concur.
Witness my power!
Ooh, don't know what that was, but let's get that Jade
The
stance
Celestial
going.
Empire ever improves.
And I believe that it is time for the Battle of Shang Yang to get underway. So, that's exactly what we're going to do.
The Storm Dragon will lead you to victory. This is my vow.
And lead us to victory she shall. The battle for Shang Yang is well underway, so let's check out the enemy forces. And something that we'll definitely touch on here soon is the Southern Realms factions brought to you by Katav. And they just, I mean, they just look amazing, right?
Stop them!
And here we go.
Death to the enemy!
And they have sacrificed the walls immediately.
Under fire!
And the rest of the army moving on in. Now, something I remember about the older Total Wars is these like actually had ladders in them and you could watch them climb up. Not that it's a big complaint, just like, hey, come on, man. And there it goes. And it looks like our reinforcements are coming on in. led by a descendant of the Storm Dragon herself. And it does appear that I have misplaced our friendly sniper. Oh, there he is. Ready to put some work in.
It must be reclaimed.
And sorcery unbound. The winds of magic. Cathay harnesses the wind. Stay in formation.
I do believe that this has been the most close thing to an even fight since we started this campaign.
Ulrich wolves charge with us.
Now defend it.
Ulrich's taste retreats.
And it looks like they are starting to break. Unfortunately, the steadily flowing in Jade army is just too much.
It is ours and cannot be lost.
From afar. Under fire. We will. Celestial magic.
And you gotta wonder, what takes more bravery?
Sorcery unbound.
Staying in the fight or running past the dragon who brought you here? You know?
We are sloppy. Retake the position.
And while Miao Ying could take her dragon form and settle this very quickly, that is just not something that she is going to do. this fight is just not enough for her to feel that that's something that would be necessary. Ooh, looks like some of our Jade soldiers have gotten isolated. And in come the reinforcement. And so the enemy appears to be completely breaking. Well, it looks like there is just a couple of them deciding that they want to stay. Oh, good lord. Oh, imagine surviving all that just to get killed by friendly fire. And with that, folks, it does appear that the city is won. See if I can find anybody who's not running. No, it doesn't appear so. So, I will see you guys back on the campaign map. And a decisive victory. And some of you might be wondering why Miao Ying did not participate in the battle herself. Although she clearly executed some enemies at the end. And that is simply because if she doesn't feel like she needs to get involved, why would she? She's not here for the troops. She's not her brothers. She is only here to conquer for herself. And for the glory of Cathay, right? So, with this city captured, why on earth would I liberate the Dissenter Lord? Good lord. Anyway, we're going to occupy.
Make a watchtower of it.
Dragon-blooded Shogunga.
And it looks like Leonardo is going for the Shrine of the Alchemist. Something we're going to have to stop, but that will be on the next episode because this one has ran way over. So, as always, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening.
The Storm Dragon.
And before I get sucked back in, good night. Thanks again to everyone for watching. I really couldn't do this without the support of my family, friends, and everyone who is helping me take my dream of becoming a content creator to the next level. I believe this channel will only get better as time goes on, so if you want to aid me in this journey, all I ask is you do what the kids say.
Comment, like, and subscribe!
Thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.